Hey folks, this is Stan, and today is just a quick recap of social media marketing world. This is day one. So far, three great sessions today. So, anyways, let me tell you a little bit about what I went to. So the first session was how to innovate by thinking differently the Disney way, and this was conducted by Duncan Wardle, and just absolutely wonderful way to just kind of rethink about things, how to throw in some more creativity into your teams, into your sessions, and that's something always looking for a new way to do this. Started out talking about barriers to creativity. Number one, don't have time. And part of that is we just don't have time to think. He talked about Google. Google provides extra time for folks to work on their projects, to think about their projects, and he offered a suggestion, maybe one day a month, just no meetings, no email, nothing, just to allow people to have time to think more creatively. So. Other things that he talked about in the barriers was definitely culture. That culture can get in the way, and so how different ways of dealing with that. And he used a lot of strategies from Pixar in how they do idea generation. So I really appreciated that. So he defined creativity as the habit of continually doing new things in different ways to make a positive difference to our working lives. So, somewhere during this session, I had to break away and take a phone call, unfortunately. So I'll have to catch up on this later. But he talks about the difference between kids and adults. Right? The kids, they have no fear that until school kind of breaks them of this idea of creativity, they're always asking why. It just kind of, that's a strategy that you can use for dealing with creativity, is to dial in and ask those questions. Why? Why are we doing this? Why is this? Why is this? And also, kids have no fear. One of the things that kids think about expansively, where adults think of reductively. That we're always trying to chop things out and trying to make it smaller, where kids are kind of figuring out bigger ways to do it. So we worked through a number of exercises. One of them was that we interviewed each other and using the phrase "no because." So no because of this, and we're always finding ways to find fault. Where Pixar flips it and uses the phrase "yes and." So they throw out an idea and you go, yes, and we'll add to this idea this way. Oh, yes, and kind of keep working it that way. So I really like that idea. And one of the other pieces is when you're forming groups to do some idea generation is to do it in groups of 4, not 3, not 5, but 4. And the reason is you always have somebody you got to look at, and it's hard to look between people if you're in even numbers. You always have to be accountable to someone. When capturing ideas, use full sentences. That way you can get back to that idea. Another thing that I really liked was this idea of what if. Right? And it talked about breaking the rules, that we have this list of rules. And so he talks about going very quickly, capturing those list of rules, but in the next column, what if? What if we did this? And then that leads down a path of how you can get around these different rules. Key point that he stressed was diversity is innovation. That you get somebody on your team that's diverse, that's different from you, that you can weave in some innovation. So always try to find other people to be on your team that are not like you. What else? Throughout this idea of having a challenge or a challenge statement, something that you're working on, and it's not like you have to come up with the ideas all by yourself, but look at how you can see who's already doing that idea and use that to kind of spiral up and to find new ways that you can do it. So what the challenge is, who else is good at this, and what are they doing that they're good at, and see if you can get it and kind of make a twist on it. And one of the things that I learned while in the Air Force was to benchmark outside of your industry. Don't look inside because everybody is swirling around the same stuff. So look outside. Curiosity, taking time to bring in new ideas. That's why I read all the time. Because with these new ideas, that I'm bringing in fresh information. Because if you have no fresh stimulation in, then there's no new ideas out. So always work on bringing new ideas into the meeting. And really stress the thing that I'm seeing coming up is the fact that we have artificial intelligence and robotics. That's going to be a huge player. But one of the things that cannot be programmed, as he mentioned, was creativity, imagination, curiosity, and intuition. That you cannot program those things into AI. So that was my first session. My second session was how to create high-quality videos on your smartphone. Thought that was a great session. I do capture videos all the time, and he broke it up into 3 parts. The first part talked about the preparation. The second part talked about the gear and the equipment and actually capturing the video. And then the third part was on the editing. So one of the things that holds us back is the fact that we're aiming for these really high quality, polished productions where people just want content. They want to be able to solve their problems. So by providing that content, that's what we really need to focus on. There's still some things that you need to do it as well as possible, but don't get locked in that you have to put this high polished production. Things to think about when you're creating your videos. Why are you creating this video? Who is it going to be for? Would somebody watch this? Are they interested in that topic? What do you want them to do in the end? And how can you make it as clear and easy as possible? So he talked about basically five steps. One is the getting out there and really just telling them what you're planning to do with the video. Introduce yourself, who you are, right? So I already screwed 2 of those things up right away. Diving into your content, giving all the content that you need to give, hanging out for a bonus, and then call to action. If you have those things in, then more than likely that you're going to have a pretty solid video. He had 9 steps on how to improve the video that you were creating. And so the first is deciding, if it's going to be a front or a rear-facing camera. Make sure that you're stabilizing. So I have a monopod here. I have this stabilized against the wall, and I'm using that in order to, go from there. Make sure that you clean the camera lens, right? So just kind of wipe it off, right? A lot of folks don't, so you end up with these fuzzy film. The other deals with lighting, right? So I don't have the best light here, and I've been trying to look for some good light, but they wouldn't let me outdoors. And we try to get some good lighting, and maybe I just need to get a LED light for my camera. Connect the microphone, as you can tell. I have my microphone here. It's connected right into the iPad. Make sure that you have enough battery life, that you have enough internet life in order to do this, so it's not going to go off. Put it into airplane mode, so you're not going to have this disruption of messages coming in, things like that. and then lock in your camera settings the way you want for exposure and focus. Do that more on manually than not, and then do a test video to make sure that it's all going to work properly. Then the last section, he spent a lot of time on showing how to edit the video, and one of the programs that he used was called InShot. So InShot, it's $4.50, and you can get it on your smartphone and do some really amazing, good video editing on that. He talked about some other programs, but really, I wouldn't recommend. They're probably pricey, and they'll end up, depends on how much video that you're going to be doing, whether or not you'd want one, but they end up doing a monthly fee, and that can run into some dollars. So the process that he put together for editing is step one, open the application. Number two, import the footage that you're going to be using, all the different pieces. Trim the start and finish, right? So you just kind of reduce it in size. Go ahead and do your cuts and remove any bad takes that you have there. And from there, then go ahead and apply titles, transitions, and things like that, right? Anything that'll help the story. Step 6 is add music, right? Adjust your volumes after that. And step 8, apply color correction. And then finally 9, export it and send it up to the interwebs, right? Where it can be streamed. One of the things that he emphasized, and this was Justin Brown talked about this. The other thing that you want to do is maybe you repurpose this information, figure out different ways that you can do that, okay? So the big thing is focus on the journey, right? Not necessarily dive into really the quality of your video. The last session was really good, right? A lot of stuff in an area that I'm not as familiar with, and it was how to grow your business using Google display ads. I've been starting to use Google Ads a little more, but this is Google display ads, and Ilana Weschler gave this presentation. So talked about all kinds of cool, crazy stuff, right? And basically is kind of like following the journey. But where she started was, hold on, get my scope. Okay. She talked about reasons why you would want to use Google display ads, and it's part of the whole Google ads series. You have the Google search ads, you have the Google display ads, and you have the YouTube ads. And so let's get into the essence of here, right? Talk about how much Google knows about you. Right? All these different platforms, from Google Chrome to Gmail to YouTube to the Google apps to the Google search, and Google's connecting all that information. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the right message in front of the right person at the right time. And based on that information, right, then your ad should work. So there's different ways that you can put these ads out there, right? Based on keyword, topic, placement. You can also do in-marketing ads, affinity ads, custom intent, and then also remarketing. So she recommended starting with remarketing, right? Because if you've got that all dialed in, then everything else will kind of work quite well. So in order to do that, and this is something I have to add, help everybody else add, is add the Google remarketing pixel so that we can dial in on these people. But once you set this up, you can set up ads, and she gave an example of if someone visits your site, that you can start putting an ad in front of them for like day 1 through 7. If they don't respond to that, come back to your site, and then aim for 14 to 21 days. Put a different type of ad, and then again for 21 to 30 days, right? So just kind of mixing it up. So the remarketing show in there, it shows where they came from, or where basically they're going and where they're spending time. So you can see where, based on this retargeting ad, where the ad placement is, because it's getting placed on different people's websites, right? So with this, you get to see where that's getting a lot of traffic. Then you can do a direct placement. So you can put a permanent ad on that whatever website that they're going to and start pulling them in that way. And then because those websites have social media, you can then do a Facebook advertisement aiming for those social media sites. So just a whole cool strategy just around retargeting, based on that, just starting with that pixel, and then also you leveraging the Facebook pixel. So a lot of cool stuff going on there. Then talk about the in-market audiences. So this is based on short-term customer behavior, what they're doing. You can dial right in. If they're buying a car, you can aim right for that car, and putting that together. Or if you have services, like I offer services, that I can aim for those specific services, and folks that are looking for that, I can put an ad in front of them. And from there, you can get different ideas from your Google Analytics and also this Google, the AdWords, what in markets that folks are looking for, and be able to target those. So that was kind of cool. And then custom intent, where you can dial that in. So I got a lot out of that. And then, so the different type of ads that you could put in there. You could put an image ad, you could put an HTML5 ad, but the one that she really emphasized was this responsive display ad, and putting that information there, where you can put up to 5 different headlines, 5 different descriptions, 15 images, 5 logos, and it kind of swirls it all together and starts identifying what things are really working. So that's something that I have to explore. Let's see, and then finally got into bidding, but that's a little much right now. So great day. Lots of good stuff I have to go and explore, but I will be writing blog posts on this and sharing those, so please go out and check out those blog posts. Please go out and let me know of other things that you want me to explore while I'm here, and I'll be happy to do that. So with that, thank you very much, and we'll catch you much later.